Allah sees your struggle. He knows the silent battles you fight, the sleepless nights, and the tears you wipe away before anyone notices. You are not invisible to Him. Every sigh you release, every ache in your heart, it is known to the One who created you. Allah tells us in the Quran, "And when my servants ask you concerning me, indeed I am near. I respond to the call of the supplicant when he calls upon me." This nearness of Allah means that your cries do not go unheard. Your pain does not go unnoticed. Even when you feel abandoned by the world, you are never abandoned by Allah. The hardships you face are not meaningless. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, is shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for something greater. He says in the Quran, Allah does not burden a soul beyond that it can bear. Surah Al-Baqarah, 286. You may feel like the trials you're facing are too heavy, but Allah knows your strength even when you doubt it. Let me remind you of the story of Prophet Yusuf, peace be upon him. He was betrayed by his own brothers, thrown into a well, and sold into slavery. For years he endured hardship and injustice, yet he remained patient and trusted in Allah. And what was the outcome? Allah elevated him to a position of honor and power, making him a source of relief for an entire nation. This story teaches us that even in the darkest moments, Allah's plan is at work. You may not see it now, but one day you will look back and realize that every pain, every tear, and every setback was leading you to something greater. Think about this. Every difficulty you endure is an opportunity to grow closer to Allah, to call upon Him with sincerity, and to purify your soul. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The greatest reward comes with the greatest trial. When Allah loves a people, He tests them." Sunan Ibn Majah, 4031. So, if you are being tested, it is a sign of Allah's love and a chance to elevate your status in His sight. Perhaps you've prayed and cried for relief, and yet the hardship continues. Does this mean Allah hasn't heard you? No. Sometimes Allah delays an answer not to punish you, but to protect you. He is preparing something far better than you can imagine. The Quran reminds us, "It may be that you dislike a thing and it is good for you, and that you love a thing and it is bad for you. Allah knows, and you do not know." Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 216. Trust in His plan, even when it feels like your world is falling apart. Because from the ruins of your heart, Allah is building something extraordinary. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, also said, "How wonderful is the affair of the believer, for his affairs are all good. If something good happens to him, he is thankful, and that is good for him. And if something bad happens to him, he bears it with patience, and that is good for him." Sahih Muslim, 2999. This is the beauty of faith, knowing that no matter what happens, it is ultimately for your benefit. When you feel broken, don't give up. Cry out to Him. Raise your hands in dua even when your voice trembles. Pour your heart out to the One who listens and understands you better than anyone else. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Your Lord is shy and generous. If His servant raises his hands to Him, He is shy to return them empty." Sunan Abi Dawud, 1488. Your pain is not wasted. Your tears are not ignored. Every moment of struggle is a means of purifying your soul and drawing closer to Allah. And remember this, with every hardship comes ease. Not once but twice Allah assures us in the Quran, "So verily with hardship there is ease. Verily with hardship there is ease." Surah Ash-Shar 5 and Ik. The storm you are facing will not last forever. The sun will rise again, and Allah will fill your heart with light and peace. Keep trusting Him, keep calling out to Him, and know that He is preparing something beautiful for you. May Allah ease your burdens, replace your pain with joy, and grant you tranquility in this life and eternal happiness in the next. Ameen. Jazakum Allahu khairan for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more Islamic content. Wa assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.